tengo lo de buscar tesoros en LIYUE. Y en Mostar, nada, estoy en el 4 todavía. Es que como siempre llevo a Bárbara, lo de la comida la uso muy poco. Mona sí, va bien, pero Bárbara, macho, te da la vida.
There's no end to this.
Written in the stars.
Fiona también la estoy subiendo para ir al abismo. Un curador de cada lado. Joder, pues... Yo he ido a dominios que la gente curaba de cojones, macho. Ya está, este está muerto ya. Se va. Se nos transforma. Viene solo por mí. Cállate. Te mato. Revívelo que te lo reanimo. Avísame. Espera.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders, when their mood was good, they'd
It was nothing. No need to thank us all at once.
I understand. Don't worry, don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because I'm Mung Dan, a supplier for Minxing jewelry in LIYUE Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well,
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking...
Oh? And what...
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use...
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Minxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrap. Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that.
Great! Paimon Sugar Frosted Slime now comes in a
Bastante. Sombra del director, 5 estrellas. Anillo de Boreas, 5 estrellas. Hasta los días. Sí, la que compré la anterior. Ya se me acabó el otro día. Se me acabó el otro día. Hombre, el pase de batalla merece la pena, la verdad. 10 pavos. Así así largo.
El de agua tiene que estar fuerte también, ¿eh?
Buah. El del agua, bueno, en el mundo de Chus ahora no se nota tanto porque está uno más bajo, pero buah, pega unas hostias. Tuve que comer y todo el otro día.
Tuve que comer.
Hey there!
Que yo siempre estoy con Bárbara y no como.
Dan told us that we could...
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. If anything were to happen to him... Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 100...
Yep. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure. Please help yourselves. As
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great... It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
No tenía fuerza en las manos, me estaba quedando así como...
Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see...
Y dije, a tomar por culo, me da un ictus. Estos decían, bueno, hasta que no comas nada y tal no te va a afectar tanto y tal. Yo me fui a casa normal, bueno, fumado, pero no tanto. Y cuando me desperté, dije, me muero. Me dice mi cuñado, pero no te metas en la cama con eso todo comido ahí. Fatal. Pensé que me daba un ictus, te lo juro.
Sí, claro.
Dije, esto tiene que ser un ictus o algo.
Nadie, ya te digo que no está demostrado nadie muerto de eso.
Bueno, no sería el primero tampoco.
Claro.
Eso, amarillo, unas ganas de vomitar. Me encontraba malísimo.
Excuse me, do you sell
Sí, el amarillo y el morado, los dos.
Yes. How many would you...
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which...
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests.
¿Qué hostias
for
mete
the
el pato ese
young.
cuando muere, macho?
What's going...
Ahí llegan las chatis.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks.
Muerte inminente.
Oh no, it's nothing.
This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianjuan, I have spared no effort in hiring the... At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grandmaster. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
No me deja ir a por él.
What?
Te va por ti.
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu.
Wait, was Goldet one of...
Vaya hostias, mete la
Everyone
mierda
at
esa.
Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
Está muy duro el pato, muy duro.
Peeking on us from the skies the whole time.
Esto es más fuerte del juego.
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some
A mí me mata también, en cualquier momento. A los pájaros los me faltan los jabalíes solo.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget
Tiene
Rex
14 años, señor
Lapis?
Evil. Está todo el día gastando.
When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely, even in a new era,
Dos de
the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the up. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foe...
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete.
O sea que necesitas 60.
Oh, Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Ya, pero... Ya, igual.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoy...
There's that legendary...
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? If possible, I'd like to have your trust. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching...
Del abismo, hostia.
You'd pick Kuching? No, I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the LIYUE Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for LIYUE's sake, we cannot... Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to... I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation. And with Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for LIYUE, allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of LIYUE's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite, so... Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I...
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. I like... Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Paimon was just waiting for you to say that. One of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices. Just imagine. Let's grab one, the biggest one. Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's... La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make it. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research. Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of LIYUE. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on... But research on the Sigil of permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of permission. Seems there's... Oh, you really... Well, should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang? That's way out of Paimon's league. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if...